I was sitting in glam, and to be fair, it was really exciting. Loads of like gifts and flowers from like different team members were coming through, and then there was this like really beautiful bouquet, and I read the letter, and it was like something like, I don't know, go well in your performance from your friend Taylor. I feel like that's the memory I have when I look at this. Hey Elle, this is Griff, and this is Fashioning Myself. I'm going to talk you through some old little archive looks that I've worn over the years. Some bits I've made, some bits are my favourite designers. But yeah, I've managed to dig them up. I'm pretty sure I called my mum last night. I was like, Mum, do you still have all of these looks? Because they're all like in my old bedroom. So she shipped them over for us today, Elle. So thanks, Mum. Dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 da. Essentially what happened is, this was my first ever red carpet. It was like after COVID, and I just wanted to go full out. I was in love with Susan Fang for a while, and I think I saw it on Instagram, and I saved it and I sent it to my stylist Cam, and I was like, how do we get this? We shipped it from China. It's pretty mega. There's kind of no way it was fixed on, so I kind of had to have like, you know, like Princess Diaries posture where she's like balancing the books on her head. I'm wearing it badly now, but we wore it great. And then like glam-wise, I think I was like, I want like a blue face. So I painted my forehead blue, and then we had like a little teardrop on my eye, and then we wore it with, with this dress. Everyone's like, what's the inspiration behind your look? I was like, I don't really know. I don't really feel like it ever has to be that deep. You just have to kind of like it. I felt ethereal and majestic in it. It was very nerve-wracking, I remember. Doing my first ever red carpet, so. We liked the headpiece, and then we designed this with Susan, didn't we? So she was like, we went back and forth on sketches. It was very noisy. Everywhere I went, imagine with that and this. And then we also had, we had some accessories. We always have a good amount of accessory options. I don't know how I wore this, you know, it's very heavy. Right, one sec, let me put this down. Okay, so this bra option, this was like an option to go, I think, over our dress. I don't think I wore it in the end. I think it must have just been too much. This is what I wore opening up for Taylor Swift on the Eras tour. I accidentally bumped into Taylor at Kendrick Lamar concert. I went with my brothers. I think my brothers texted me like, oi, any chance you can get tickets for Kendrick? So my team very kindly put me in this box in the O2. So I'm sitting there with my brothers, we're not really talking because we're siblings, you know, just like. Anyway, and then I look to my left and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Taylor. So then I like kind of say hi, and then we talk, and then that was the first time she was like, I would love to take you out on tour, which was insane. This is a real love-hate dress for me, if I'm being totally honest, Elle. I think we were doing so much stuff. I'd just gotten off of tour, so I didn't have loads of time to do the usual process of like draw, sketch, rub it out. I was just kind of like being a bit irrational, making quick decisions. I got halfway through making it, I posted it online, and then someone commented like, oh, so cute, it looks like Elsa from Frozen. And from that point on, I've never been able to look at it the same. Between you and I'm not sure how I feel about this dress, but it happened, it's done. And actually, to be fair, the reasoning behind the design was, Taylor obviously just released Torture Poets Department, and my favourite song on Torture Poets Department is But Daddy, I Love Him. And the lyric in the chorus is like, running with my dress unbuttoned, screaming, but Daddy, I love him. And I just love that imagery of like an unbuttoned dress just like billowing in the wind. And again, back to my earlier point, I really like stuff that's deconstructed. So I was like, let me just try and make something that's like deconstructed and open and unbuttoned, and I feel like it's a nice nod to my Swiftie fandom club. This is the dress I wore for my Brits performance. We were staying in a similar palette to the red carpet look. I basically was like, I feel like I want to make something for this moment because it's fun memorabilia and it's a fun challenge. I've always really liked clothes and making stuff, and then I decided to take textiles for A-level, and that's kind of where I learned like the basics of sewing. When I started getting into music, I don't know, I would turn up to things and I'd get styled in stuff that never really felt like me. So I would just bring bits and bobs that I'd made just to like, I don't know, make me feel more like me. And then it kind of continued, and I just kept making things throughout my long old career. I mean, when I'm performing, I always need to be able to like move and be free and jump and twirl and, you know, not be too serious. So it had to just be practical in that sense. I really like stuff that feels feminine, but like also feels like it's been, yeah, completely deconstructed and rearranged and looks a bit strange. Yeah, I think it took me a couple days, and have I worn it since? No, I haven't. I'm not sure if I put, I mean, it's barely, as you can see, holding together. It's held together by like eyelets and ringlets, so no, I haven't tried to put it on again yet. I was really nervous about it staying together performing. Some of these eyelets I would have to do again, just to make sure they weren't gonna like ping off. I think in my head I was like, it only has to stay together for 3 minutes, so what's the worst that can happen? And it pretty much did, so yeah. So this dress I wore to the ELLE Style Awards. Probably like my #1 favourite designer is Simone Rocha, so every time I wear Simone, I feel like a princess. I do think there is something in when, I think you can tell as a female when a female's designed clothes, and I think all women put on Simone Rocha and feel, I don't know, very empowered, very confident, and very expensive. Yeah, it's kind of amazing because all of the hay is kind of stuffed in between the fabric, and all of Simone's pearl embroidery is always so beautiful. And I'm trying to remember what I wore this with. I wore it with a huge gold bag. It was like this big, and it was really impractical because I was like swanning around in these big crowds, being like, sorry, sorry. I'm pretty sure I was like sat next to Tems at dinner. I was like, sorry, don't mind my big bag. So I choose to wear all of these big silhouettes and stuff, and it's never very practical for a night out, but it makes for a fun photo. The remainder looks are pretty much like home-crafted moments. This gives me good memories because it was the first ever show I did. I did one show before the pandemic, and then my next show was the Brits. And it was at Hoxton Hall. It was only 200 people. I was super nervous. I'd just come out of sixth form. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing in pursuing like a career in pop music, but I was like, okay, I've got a show tonight, hopefully people come. So yeah, I made this little like satin pajama-y vibe two-piece. I love a pleat, I love a gather. I love satin because, especially on stage, I feel like the light reflects nicely off of it. It's like backed by like this stiffer fabric to make the sleeves feel big. And it's all fastened by these like raw edge bits of like cotton. I'm probably sure it was a cut up bed sheet from home. So yeah, this just reminds me of the very, very beginning. This one makes me laugh because I think I thought I really slayed on this one, and then when you look at all the comments for the music video where I'm wearing it, everyone's like, "What? Like the song's great, but what the hell is her dress?" They were like, "Yeah, the song's great, but like the dress looks like a jellyfish." And I was kind of like, "Guys, it's fashion." This is the dress I wore for the Good Stuff music video. I was just kind of like rolling around on the floor in it. Again, I think it was like a night before like freak out. I think I was like, oh my God, I think I'm making a music video tomorrow and I don't really know what to wear. So I just like ran a bunch of tulle. Again, like I didn't have the time to like fully go like full Molly Goddard-esque, like make it good. I had no time, so I was just like running these strips of tulle through the machine, gathering them and adding it to the bottom to just create some volume. And that was kind of like the vibe. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you was this cute little like top jacket that I made for a live stream performance in the Tate. COVID was a very strange time. It was a very strange time for all us creatives and musicians, and we were all trying to figure out how to like keep afloat basically. And so that looked like a lot of homemade music videos, a lot of like live streams, and I was very lucky enough to be able to do one in the Tate. So yeah, it was kind of a crazy thing. It was like we had all of like the big tank room, and we had these like live artists that were drawing the performance like as the show was going on. And I had like my keyboardist and my drummer, obviously like all socially distant. And then I was just kind of like running around the Tate in this look. Yeah, it's funny, I feel like that was like a big live stream moment just before like the Brits. And then I found out the Brits happened. So I feel like this was like a big step and like a big content piece that like helped promote my music at that time. But yeah, I wore this with like a cute little like Gucci pink skirt and like a little Gucci bra, to which my mother was disgusted that I was wearing a bra online on the internet. I was like, Mum, there's like a whole cute like tulle top to go with it. But yeah, it's just like loads of tulle, loads of ribbon. It's got like these kind of like gathered bits on the boob bra area. And yeah, I would still wear this now actually. I'd wear it with like a little dress on a night out. I feel like it'd be cute. Silver dress. It's kind of like a big roll of foil. I'm like a big turkey at Christmas. This I wore for the Black Hole music video. I was wearing this dress, this kind of like dress jacket thing. The sleeves are super long and I like put elastic in them so like they bunch up with a lot more volume. I don't really know, I can't really remember what the thought behind it was. It was like a nighttime shoot, so I think I was like, ooh, silver would look good in the light. Okay, everyone, if you would like to add the Griff touch to a look, start with a chunky loafer, figure out some kind of long silhouette, big skirt dress situation. A big sleeve is always good. Do something fun with your hair, AKA put a spiral on your forehead. Yeah, I'd say that's the Griff touch, guys. Thanks for watching. That was Fashioning Myself with ELLE, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.